Exactly 1 year ago today, I asked him to leave my life. And boy, y'all, he did. Oh, he did. He discarded me like I was nothing. I mean, I've literally had more emotion throwing away a pair of shoes than he had when he threw away his wife, his kids, his family, his whole life of almost 11 years and replaced me in an instant.
You asked him to leave. Then you want to say he just threw you all away. You threw it away. It was you. You. Why do they make decisions and then put the blame on someone else? I don't get it. Is this an estrogen thing? Decisions have, good outcomes, bad outcomes. Consequences, what would be the benefit? And benefits. This woman gets more crazy. I only watched the beginning of this, and she hit the wall.
And then the man that abandoned us and is dating someone else was single immediately when he left me. And God was right, and so I asked him to leave. Lord, y'all, why am I starting to cry? Damn it, why am I crying? I wasn't crying before I started this video. Divorce was final last week, so it makes sense. But I was happy, excited, and now all of a sudden, tears and grief again, sadness, anger, all of it, and experiencing it pretty hard. And I don't like it.
Let's just go to the next part. Some of these women are sick. Oh,
y'all, it's been a cry day, so I look a little rough. You heard me. Not a Friday, a cry day. Back in the cycle of grief, and I don't know, when does it end, y'all? I'm 10 months out. I haven't been crying like this in months, y'all. I thought I was done with this crap. Divorce was final last week, so it makes sense. But I was happy, excited, and now all of a sudden, tears and grief again, sadness, anger, all of it. And experiencing it pretty hard, and I don't like it. Just feels like I'm not getting better. But my friend, an amazing coach, reminded me that I am getting better and that this is just grief from the divorce being final. And now I'm just kind of grieving all over again. I know people say, why would you grieve if somebody's lying to you and manipulating you? Why would you grieve?
Examples?
I know it sounds crazy. And I guess that's where I still wrestle with the cognitive dissonance, because when it was good, it was so damn good. And that's what I still grieve the loss of. And I assume that most victims say the same thing, because why would you stay so long through lies and manipulation if it wasn't good?
What lies? What
it's
manipulation?
Just confusing, because he truly seemed to cherish me. I'm talking about acted like newlyweds up until literally 2 months before our marriage ended, and that was 11-year marriage. Always affectionate, always lovey, always touching, sweet forehead kisses, holding me tight during intimacy, looking into my eyes. We were just very affectionate and loving, literally right up until the end. And
he took advantage.
And it's confusing, because how can someone treat you that way and still have this whole other world of deception? I don't get it, and I don't understand how someone can walk away from their entire family that they built for 11 years and just not give a crap. Their family just ceases to exist, and they just hop right into another family. I don't get it.
You left him. He didn't just hop into another family. You left. How do y'all do that? How do y'all try to flip this script from your own decisions? And how are you a victim? And why are you going through grief when you told him to leave? Get to the damn example. She probably won't even come up with any. That's what they do. They just vent, get bored, and find a reason to separate. That's what they do.
I don't think I'll ever get it. The damn grief sucks. I'm sick of it. Somebody tell me when it stops, because I thought I was done. It's freaking hard. I miss the good times, and I miss how I thought he cherished me, and I wish he would have been that person. And yet at the same time, I've accepted that he's not. So cognitive dissonance of wrestling, I guess. I don't know. I thought I was done with this. Ugh.
They don't tell you why or anything. And shout out HL Talk That Thought. My last reaction video got like a bunch of views. So obviously, you know, my subscribers like me reacting to it. So I just didn't want to forget to shout out HL Talk That Thought. This woman, like, it's okay if a woman gets bored. You think it's brighter on the other side. The grass is greener. And there's nothing out here for y'all. If you got a guy that's taking care of the bills and treating you good, and she has children that he's taking care of, then she had kids with him. Okay? And she just got bored. And I don't know what else. Let's keep going.
Healing from an abusive relationship takes so much courage and so much strength.
Did she say abusive before?
And I don't think sometimes we realize how much strength and courage we actually have. Lord, y'all, why am I starting to cry?
Now he's
Anyways,
abusive?
I just wanted to say that when he left, y'all, I was so broken. I didn't think I could survive. But one thing I knew, deep down, I knew that whatever it took, that I was going to find joy in life again. I knew that he had stolen 11 years from me.
11 years and he was abusive?
To allow him to steal my future. So with every step I took to reclaim my power back and regain my independence, it was just amazing, y'all, and I realized how brave and strong I was. Now, sometimes these brave steps were just getting out of bed that day. It's
You're
baby
tough.
steps, y'all.
You're so strong.
I was so dependent on him and in so much trauma and anxiety. My nervous system was so highly activated that in the last few years, I didn't do anything by myself. I had to have him with me. I didn't realize he was the source of all my anxiety, and
He's
I didn't
abusive.
do anything by myself. So after he left, just going to the grocery store by myself, getting out of bed, cooking dinner, cleaning the house, things that normal people do seem like climbing a mountain when you're in so much trauma, are huge, brave steps, you guys, and they take so much courage. Damn it, why am I crying? I wasn't crying before I started this video, but they take so much courage and strength, y'all. So I just want you to know to be proud of every step. It starts with little steps, baby steps that don't seem big, but they're huge when you're going through that type of trauma. Give yourself so much grace and compassion, and little by little, you will take your power back. And then one day, you'll be a year and a half out, and you'll realize how damn brave you are. And you'll realize that you actually have joy again, and that you love your life. Doesn't seem like it with all these tears, but be proud of yourself, and just know it's so, so hard. I'm proud of you.
It's so hard. This video is very old. And from what I remember, there was no abuse. He ignored her. I think because she was in the hospital. I forgot why. But that's the abuse. Him just ignoring her. That is crazy to put that type of crime on a man. Because that's what it is. When you say something like abusive, okay. You ever heard of a woman wanting to sleep with a guy? She regrets it, so then she puts a crime on him? They justify that. They justify, I changed my mind, so you took advantage of me. In their head, it makes sense.
Exactly 1 year ago today, I asked him to leave my life. And y'all, I don't know how I did it. It was by far the hardest thing that I have ever done. I've been in my journals today looking back, and yeah, I've never been through anything so painful in my life. I was in
Really?
so much trauma then. I was killing myself to save my marriage. My nervous system was so highly activated in trauma. I was later diagnosed with PTSD that I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I lost 70 pounds in trauma, and this man watched me waste away and continued doing the same things. And then my brain tumor
Like
grew, and
what?
God said, "Girl, wake up.
What
Wake
was
up.
he
This is not
doing?
love." By the time my brain tumor grew, he was already stonewalling me for holding him accountable for the first time in our entire marriage. Wasn't the first time he stonewalled me. He had done that a lot. But it was the first time I'd ever stuck to my boundaries.
She just
and
mentioned
continued to
the
hold him
tumor.
accountable, and he became mean. So when my brain tumor grew, I literally begged this man for compassion. I begged him to be there for me. And if he couldn't love me as his wife, I begged that he could at least love me as the mother of his children. And he couldn't do that either. And then I just begged for any kind of human compassion, and he wasn't able to do that either. He continued to stonewall me in the scariest time of my life. I was facing chemo and radiation, and they were going to radiate an unknown entity in my brainstem, telling me that it could disable and or kill me. And I've since received a second opinion, and they're not going to do that. I still don't have a prognosis, but God used that to wake me up. He said, "Let's get with the program. This ain't love. If this man doesn't care if you live or die, how can you continue fighting for him?" And God was right, and so I asked him to leave. And boy, y'all, he did. Oh, he did. He discarded me like I was nothing. I mean, I've literally had more emotion throwing away a pair of shoes than he had when he threw away his wife, his kids, his family, his whole life of almost 11 years. And replaced me in an instant. One of the things I said just weeks before he left, I was journaling and getting stronger, strong enough to leave, though I didn't realize that at the time. But in my journaling, it said, "He doesn't love me. I'm replaceable." And I was right. And then it also said, "I guarantee you, he will be out of his mom's house within weeks. He will find a girl to let him live there." And he did. I know this man, y'all. I knew exactly what he was going to do. And my next prediction is he's probably about to get married to her. After he left, I was in so much pain. I've never felt so rejected, so unloved, so worthless in my entire life. That was a really painful time. And I'm so grateful to everyone on here that's lifted me up along the way. You guys have no idea how much it means to me, truly.
How do you feel rejected when you asked him to leave? What the heck? I hope she's not lying about the tumor. But how do you keep, and also the shoes. She had me imagining somebody crying, throwing away some shoes. What the hell? That you're off. You're off in the head.
If you're a step parent and you call those children your children, and you show up for every event and you never once call them your step kids, and you develop a bond with them, those are your kids. If you raise them for the majority of their childhood, those are your kids. So if the marriage doesn't work out, guess what? They're still your kids. And they don't deserve to have it any other way. If they love you as a parent, if they're bonded to you as a parent, you're their parent. So if you discard them when the marriage ends, you hurt them and you leave abandonment wounds, just as if you were a biological parent. How does a parent do that? How does a person discard children? Divorce is hard enough, and the kids are innocent.
No, you're not their parents. What the heck? See, I'm married. My wife has children. I have a child. She leaves me. I don't know them kids. Okay? And I don't expect my wife, if she leaves me, to do anything for my child. Okay? That is another person's child. Y'all think just because y'all have, more kids or possibly get married, that your liabilities with another person still go to another man that accepted you afterwards. No. It don't work like that. It works for the person that you laid down with. my baby mama thought she could tell me what to do after she got pregnant. Thought she could up her attitude. Nah, chick, you gotta go, and I'm filing for full custody. Got it. My daughter's been with me for years.
I cannot with some guys out here. Some of them have such freaking audacity and think they're just literally God's gift to women. I got dog hair on me. Like women are just waiting to jump into bed with them. So I talked to this guy tonight for the first time. The very second text he sent me was, do you want to hang out tomorrow night? I said, I can't tomorrow night. Y'all have Zumba. I'm not going to cancel Zumba for anyone. But I said, no, I can't tomorrow night. What are you into? He says, anything that will get me into you. Well, shit, you screwed that up. Because that wasn't it. Try being a gentleman and maybe getting to know me. You may literally hate everything about me except for my body. But of course, you don't care about that as long as you get laid, right? That is ridiculous. And I know he doesn't know not even one thing about me because not only did he not ask any questions, but I guarantee he didn't read my bio because it literally says I'm not easy. And if you're looking for that, keep swiping. All I'm saying is most of you guys are not God's gift to women. You're a 5, 6 at best, and you think that line is going to work. It's not. Now, I don't care if you're
like a
10, line
3.
work on me, but look, you guys, we got options. Y'all better get it together. Get to know a woman, you know, maybe a little romance.
Yeah, you expect other men to look at you how your ex-husband looked at you. Okay? You're more of a prize because you gave him children. And then you're more of baggage because you gave another man children. Okay? You less valuable for new men and more valuable to the man you gave life for. In my opinion. I did not expect this guy to be black. It looked like they got one overweight daughter, maybe other children. Why is the video not showing? But she had like 3 or 4 other kids by men of the same ethnicity. And I did not expect this to be a black man. How? I couldn't do that. If I was with a black woman and she had kids of another ethnicity, I would consider her that ethnicity. I don't know. Or she wants to be that ethnicity. But I'm prejudiced. I don't know. Wow. Well, if y'all enjoyed that video, please like, comment, bell notifications. I only have bell notifications for like 2 people I'm subscribed to, but thought I should say it anyway. But please like the video. Comment if you have something to say. It's your boy Price J. I'll talk to you later.